All right, hey, thanks for tuning into this week's contribution stream. Hey there. Um, I'm brain dead. Today I'm going to be working on Drupal-rector. I teased this last week where I worked on retrofit and I've done some PHP stand Drupal stuff. And Drupal-rector is currently broken on the latest releases of rector. And so that's what I want to work on today. There was some refactoring I want to do, but Bjorn's been doing some great work helping on here. So is Ken. And I want to step in to lend a hand as well so we can work on refactoring and improving the tool overall. One of the things that was done is they implemented a performance improvement that PHP stand done itself, where it removed the connecting traverser, which essentially meant that you could take a node and find its parent and so on and so forth, and having all these interconnected dependencies inside the node would added a lot of memory to everything. So it's following what PHP's kind of done. And also, a preface, we have some friends over with the children, so I'm sorry if anything does come as an echo. You know what? I don't think it's just you. I think it might be my computer. We also have storms coming in. So let's see. Yeah, I think it might be OBS. I noticed when recording, and I did a reboot, which I was hoping was fix it. So there might be random packet drops. So sorry. I did a bunch of test recording because if anybody may have noticed, I rearranged my office. That meant I had to take things apart. I never trust when I have to do that. So I did a reboot earlier and I tested a few things, but I can see it's even lagging in the OBS preview. And I have nothing I can close behind the scenes. So let's hope for the best, I suppose. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we need to update Drupal-rector to handle this breaking change with the node structure improvement. And it breaks one area in the Drupal-rector code. And that's we have this trait that adds a code comment that says, hey, we're not sure if this fix is going to be the best thing for you. So it posts a statement node and then adds a comment to that statement. And that's where we get this parent node where we keep traversing to try and find the closest statement node to the thing that we're rectoring or refactoring. And this is broken out because there is no attribute of parent node anymore. So we're going to have to, that's what I want to dive in today, is fixing that. If we look at these test failures from the branch, we can see that the comments are missing because the attributes. So one of the thoughts was we could remove the comment capabilities altogether. I think this might be a good idea because people should be reviewing them, but there's the main want to keep it, and there are reasons for keeping them, especially if we are saying, hey, this code is refactored, but it might not be refactored right. People should always be testing their code, but it'd be nice if we give hints as to why something might be wrong. It could only target rules that are statements themselves, because the whole idea behind this is to find anything that's an instance of statements and not expressions. So I don't know any rules. I need to refresh what are statements. So if else, trait use, function for each, a lot of things might be statements actually. So that may not be the worst thing in the world to just target statements. But again, we're not seeing it occur here, so it should have just worked. If we said get closest statement and it didn't even work on that node. So we'll have to stay there. And then option one is to add back the connected visitor ourselves, track the parent. Rector removed it, but we're going to add it back for ourselves to be able to support the comments. So using rector with Drupal-rector will be memory intensive than rector itself, but we preserve this functionality for now. I think I'm not sure what will be the best, and I'm going to work off of the existing PR, which tries to fix a few other issues with PHP stan and other errors I have yet to actually review. So this, I don't think this is actually working by re-enabling the rich parser. There's some PHP Unit 10 fixes. Find parent by type was added as a trait here. Okay. Node, this can't work. We determined that this doesn't work. It isn't even present anymore. Let's see. The BC layer for parent node can still be enabled by using custom PHP stan configuration. Okay. Let's open this doc because technically it should be working if we have the rich parse node visitor. PHP star uses parent still. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out this pull request and then make a new branch off of it. Or rather, let's see, what would that be? We do get PR, check out, 266, hit new branch, parent traverse fix. We'll call it. I don't even know what my origin is. Push origin, parent traverse fix. I'm just gonna push this up to my branch and I'll make a request in a minute. All right, so let's get started here. So it replaces the parent calls because the constant was deprecated. Let's look at this new trait. Parent by parent node. If parent is instead of node type, return, otherwise get parent. Where is this being used? Inside Drupal set messages. So that should also be failing that test. Let's go ahead and run the PHP unit tests. And see what fails. So from the node connecting visitor will no longer work. In this blog post, I'm going to go ahead and share it in the chat because I think it's a great one. It talks about memory usage and also the tools used for debugging the memory usage. If I can scroll down enough to find it. Or not. I thought in this blog post he talked about how the memory work was done. Maybe that was in a previous blog post. Okay, so here we're getting the errors. Lots of them. Assert. Oh. Comma start position is greater than 0. Well, let's see here. So printer. We want to go to the test. So what's this test do? This test configures assert name, and what does this use? Assert legacy base trait. Add comment trait. So add trait, and let's get back to that assertion. And see what all these, so all of these errors are the same, where I'm actually getting this assertion to fail, not even, what is going on here? So I'm not even getting the same error. I'm just straight getting a failure. See if I can look at record dev. Rector first main, which I might have a whole different there might have been changes to rector along the way this ran. So I'm going to look at what was in composer install, close this, composer install, and if we look at rector source, dev main 845, let's do composer show rector source. This is 1.0.5.x, aka dev main, but not a specific hash. Why not? CD vendor rector source. It's not telling it either. I thought I could get it to tell me. Well, I need to see how different this commits. It's 2845 prefix from July 10, 7716. I'm at here. Okay, so a lot has changed since then. So that's probably why I'm seeing that error and they're not. So let's go ahead and do the debug. So it's got to be comment. If we look at this test run, it's from our assert no field name by rector, no field by name rector rather. Test add rector config. Let's see what if add config is true by default. Let's close the project explorer. Close the test. So in here, let's see. Create argument. No, mixed. Oh. Let's change the language level to 8.1. Sure. Not is equal to null. So we have this add rector comment. Let's go ahead and debug this test. Let's see what happens. Why that assert is failing. So it's coming back as not 0. I don't know what it's coming back as. So let's debug and see where we end up. And this is one if you don't use xdebug. I don't say it's necessarily a requirement, but it's a very, very good idea to use, especially when you have to do advanced debugging. I don't even know how I want to evaluate this. Because there's no, I don't know how I would debug this without xdebug. So let's do, if not is int comment start position or comment start position is less than 0. Let's try that. I'm assuming, let's look back at here. This should be returning an int, and so should that, but it's less than 0, I'm assuming. So let's step into add rector comment. Notice this as comments. Get into the statement node. So statement node is null. Else if has attribute. Oh, it does have parent node is an expression. Let's just over. So statement node is this expression. Step over. If not, it's null. There's the comments. We add a new comment. We set the attribute of comments for the statement node. So statement node attributes, statement node types. It is collecting all the parents. We have the comment. But here we go. Everything -1. I bet that's the issue here because that's the default. So what we need to do, I'm going to hit stop because we already found the bug. The bug is the fact that The defaults are -1. So let's go look for usages. And this is a change with PHP parser itself. Is string.comment, lexer, original line position. Oh boy. The line number the comment started on. I don't even know. So let's just try. The pretty printer wants original comments. Original comments. We do the same thing here. Get comments. Empty array. So let's do that. Let's do it's got to be comment start position equals, let's just say 0. I don't even know. Equals statement node get line. What does this want? Start line. Just say get start line. If count comments greater than 0, comment start position equals comments 0, get start line. So we'll follow this logic as here. Oh, get position. No, this position. Oh, that's position, not even start line. Get start token position. Yeah. Get start. So we'll try that. I'm going to put 0, 0, and copy that in and see what happens when I do an Xdebug. I can go ahead and put a breakpoint here. Howdy, howdy. Thanks for joining in. I hope this is the fix that's needed to prevent these crashes. Basically, there is a change in rector, which does an insertion on comment positions, and in PHP parser defaults it to -1, which breaks things. So line 56, because it thinks because I have a breakpoint pushed here. So let's hit stop. So says line 40. That crashed. All right, well, I guess the good news is this fixed the crash. That crash, but did not actually add back our code. So I'm gonna go look at comment, find usages. This is the hard part, is finding examples. Because it's only in PHP parser, instance of, classified. It's not even in rector itself. So we need to do some digging into the rector code base, but that might not matter, because if I go here, we have a whole bunch of it because it's all grouped together. So let's just search for comment, which is going to be an absurd. So you search for new comment. It's PHP parser comment, get dot comment. Comments merger, downgrade. No, this is going to go. Where's this mirror comment? Comparator are same nodes. Old node, get comments. That's not going to do it. So let's look. Let's just start at the bottom. actually, you know what? That's a great place to look, is usage of this constant. That's probably can give us better results, is going and finding usages of comments. Is it searching? Find usages. And actually, one thing I'm going to turn back on, well, that searches is, I'm going to enable presentation assistant to get back keyboard shortcuts to show up. I just put it on before I start. Let's see. Params, old comments, get attribute, set attribute. Let's look here. So this is the funny part. Comments equal new comment. This doesn't have the start or line position set. So why did this matter? I wonder if it's because we added comments? No, because this adds comments too. This is for a param, set attributes, comments. No, luckily this is not a var, so this is with rector. There is actually the rector source. Unused import, removing post rector. Again, gets the comments and mirrors them. If item set attribute, it returns the comments. Application. Let's look at here. So comments, it doesn't create new ones. Closure to arrow function, again, it just mirrors the comment. So what about, what other constants are they providing for comments in here? Previous docs is comments, nothing. Okay. So all that did was fix the pretty abstract printer, but I don't see that. I don't see this being required anywhere else. So this was a false flag, I think. I'm going to go ahead and undo all that, and I'm going to read before I get ahead of myself. I did not keep this. Do comment, start position, less than 0. And see what comment in the start. I should have done that before I got too far ahead of myself. I closed Slack, but I'm just quick checking to see what's something else. You can't add a comment to a relative node that is not in the subtree of where you start. So that could be one of the problems also, is we're replacing the node, or we're doing a replacement, and we're attaching comments to something that didn't exist before. So actually, I have an idea. Let's hit play. Let's skip this. So comment start position is -1. Comments is 0. So there are no comments. What is this? Array item, attributes, method call, field not exists. So we're in here, field not exists, attributes, scope created by rule. Yep, name, args. So it's trying to add it to the node before this is created. So nodes, we've got this expression. So we have the item start position. That's why. So original comments. Oh, because this is the original comment. I see. So what happens one thing I discovered: the current way we attach comments, PHP parser ends up, I'm just going to do PHP parser ends up counting or treating them as ridge comments. And now the printer breaks since there is no original start position or line. So comments, the comments end up on ridge array item when they should be attached on our placement. So I don't think this is entirely broken. I think just the way we were doing it was completely broken. So let's go here. We've got so method call is an expression, which call like extends expression, which is not a statement. That's right. You can't add comments to, and the comment was on, or the comments ended up being added to something different entirely. Let's re-debug this real quick. I think I have an idea if we can attach it to this method call. But really we need to attach it onto something else. So let's just step down. Args create not equals get name node. Okay, let's step down. I just want to see what the statement node is. So the statement node is this expression. It is a method call assert no field by name, which what we're targeting. So let's, yeah, why not? Let's hit stop. And here's the idea. Let's call this replacement equals and replacement return. So here's the idea. Instead of passing the original node, we're going to pass in our replacement, because why would we be attaching comments to the previous nodes that aren't being refactored? Maybe. So let's do the debug and see if this fixes it. Because if that's the fix, it's just we always had bad logic, or not bad logic, just improper logic. And then maybe we don't need to traverse the parent at all, actually. So here's our replacement. Let's step into it. Here's the wrapper, get close to statement node. Just statement node is null. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so that didn't actually attach anything. So let's try something else. I'm going to split this over. You can see it a little better. Set attributes, comments. Why can't we add it? Can we add that to anything? So param, let's expand this out. Okay, so param, node abstract. Yeah, so why are we only doing it on statements? So also this comment trait is old. And when I say old, 2020, hold on. How old is it? Add trait from 2020? And so that's 3 years old already. Yeah, 3 years old. Rector's changed a lot. So let's go ahead and I already closed that when I didn't want to. So why not just do let's comment out this and that and this. And to cheat, we're just going to statement node equals node. We're just going to, no, we don't want to do that. Let's just copy this out. Comment that. And we're going to apply them to the node that's passed in. So we want to just streamline adding comments. Let's go ahead and do the debug. See if this helps. So the idea is that we just apply it to everything. Referencing the parameter provided property in this way isn't a great idea, since we're assuming it exists as a property. All right. Step in. Comments to 0. Adds it. Return replacement. And let's bring this back over. So enter node is debug. Not removing the node is int refactored node. Nope. It's not null. Post refactor process. Decorate rector line with change. So here's our return. We're going to dive into the node traverser a bit. So comments. So we've added comments. Let's just click. And again, didn't add comment. So let's do code search results for the entire rector organization again. And also the pretty print, where did it go? Printer abstract. So it's guess I'm gonna also just have to put a breakpoint there where we used to be failing. And see. Use imports adder, coding style, no block updater, yield data provider. So yield set attribute comments. And why is this not? So comment return, yields set attribute, which yields are a statement. I'm pretty sure. So let's look at it's under expressions. And if we were to look at yield, that's also an expression and not a statement. But hold on. There's 2 yields. No, there's not. So yeah, yield expressions. How come this says we can add a comment, but it's not adding our comments before? P array, preserve of a pretty print of an array. So that's weird that we were getting these errors on an array item. These statements. So let's look at inherited, show private, show protected. So pretty print expression. Let's put a breakpoint here. Process nodes, no. Print statements. Node get comments. So is that why? Because technically a statement contains expressions. So let's look at statement, class method. But how is this even working before then? This doesn't make sense. Class constant go to declare for property try catch return. Yeah, this p comments. Let's just check that out. Process node. All right. I'm going to debug and see where we end up and keep looking for these code results as we go. So yeah, set attributes comment. I don't know why that wouldn't be working. Comments merger. All right, here we go. Oh no. Okay, let's skip that because it's in everything. No method called. Assert no field by name. Okay, so this is pretty printing this expression. Name is this. Assert no field by name, which we want node name. Oh. Get and do node instance of method call and node get name. Just hit play again. I'm going to just walk through this. Not existing. Field not value equals. Okay, here we go. So field, that's not yet. Search session, this, value not equals. Field not exists is what we're looking for. Field not exists. So no, by name. Shoot. Field value not equals. That's not even it. Okay, I'm just stopping. And let's see. Assert session node. What if we do? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna hit. I'm just gonna run a test and see if we can add the comment to the first call. Nope. And I know that's another call in there. Maybe that's gonna break, or it's gonna put it above the this. Still not doing it. I don't know where to start debugging this. Oh, node visitor. Okay, so one thing we could do is add a node visitor, I wonder, and we have to like set an attribute and then do like a post processing. And that would be great if we could package actually register our a service container. So where was that at? Just node visitor. Let's look at node visitor. AZCI, rector config. So if we look at this cloning visitor, it's in the services. And unfortunately, with how we set up rector, we'd have to put it inside this root config, which we don't own because problems. Shoot. I think if we did the this cloning visitor, enter node abstract. No, that's not it. Where does this live? Oh, this. When does it run and why? Commenting node traverser. Why does this get registered? Comment remover. If node is equal to null. Why does this get called? Print without comments. Is it just when comparing? Okay, so maybe that's where this is used, is just this for the comparing of things without comments. Yeah, expressions can have comments. Why it added? Would get comments. Gets all comments directly preceding this node. Abstract this attributes. I'm gonna do find usages again and see if I can figure out where this is used when printing. So let's go node dumper. Comments. That's not it. Word. So again here, nodes p statements. In this, I guess it does only work on statements. And I don't think there's much for documentation here. Nope. Okay. There's nothing for comment. But there are docs. Okay, doc component, walking, name, pretty printing. Let's search for comment. So we have print statements, multi-line, comments, and then we have this p array, which is what we were getting errors on with our current approach. Form pretty print of an array. So try that too. Arg0, which args array. But again, array is a node abstract. It's not a statement, and it was being called in there. So I'm just going to run the debugger and see what we get. And the problem is we're going to hit everything along the way. So I want to go find this test really quick. Again, so fixture. What are we doing? Field by name. We're testing field not exists. So what I'm going to do is this doesn't even look like a correct test because there's no comparison. I'm going to delete that. I'm not going to commit this. But what I am doing is reducing what we're testing to just the one fixture. So as far as I know, there's no way to yield from just a file. Cancel. So nodes. I guess it doesn't matter. This is still being called. Browser test base. Okay. Play. Nodes. Namespace. State class name. Count. This. Close that. Oh, this is going like down into. Let's exist. Soap client even? Oh, why? Why? Okay. I'm gonna hit stop and try something different here. 7 is bookmarks. No, that's structure. 8 is book. 2 is bookmarks. So what I want to do is comment remover. We'll see if that hits. I'm gonna do a disable this till point is hit. So until rector rules hit, we're not gonna break, and that should let debug to figure out why our comments aren't showing up. Field by name, field by ID. I got some old breakpoints that are in here. I can remove. All right, so field by name. Press play. Okay, the replacement method called attributes. Comment, node identifier, field not exist. Again, let's see. Create local method call, block, method call, factory. An identifier is abstract. Okay, it's not. Create local method call. Variable this. It's another expression. I didn't know if maybe we could just add it with this variable ahead of time. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So let's hit play. And the pretty printer abstract never gave me, it never hit this line. So let's go ahead and breakpoints all throughout here because I'm pretty sure. Right, 57. Yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty sure this is what should be printing the result. And this is where it was breaking before. So I'm going to do a debug and hope something comes up. Let's also go to, I don't want to search. Okay, let's go to the rector PHP. Right. So that we're here. All right, there we go. So again, we're at array item. So that's weird. It says array item, but it's not actually. Oh, it's an array of nodes. Okay, this is where I wanted to be the entire time. So item is type 1, attributes uses. It's a use statement. That went faster than I thought. So why don't I go to here? I'm going to go to discussions. Without the parent node. Let's do comment. All right. Here, we're back in the printer abstract. So we have the use statement. Browser test base is the name. All right, so class method, example. Let's get back to, oh, it generates the PHP file for the diff. I see what's going on here. It splits this apart. So that's the function name. Method call, field value not exists. About the original array item. Method call, assert no field by name. Field not value equals. Okay. So that's fine. We want to get to field not exists. Great. So here we are. The item is field not exists. The original item is assert field no field by name. Perfect. We're where we want to be. So according to our rule, this expression created by rule, assert, here we go, attributes. We have assert no field name. Wait, hold on. Now I'm confused. Oh, that's the original item. Sorry. Okay, so here's the replacement. Field exists. We have one arg with the value of the string not existing, which is what we want to have. If we look at attributes, we have comments. And here's our comment. So the comments, nothing. Hold on. Our array item attributes, expression. Let's step over again. So original comments is nothing and comments is nothing, but we were just looking at this. So array item, the method, that's why. The comments are on field not exists. The comments are here. but not on this root expression itself. Original node, method call, name. Okay, so this is why it's broken. Statement key, parent statement types. So it's on the expression, on the method call, but not the replacement itself, which makes no sense because we are setting it on the node. How to remove comments that contain strings, providing composer dependencies, deduplicate. How do you add an inline comment? Let's see. It is not possible. Comment is belonging next to statement, at least for now. $42. And preprint for arrays. Okay, well that's adding text. Okay, so we do the statement expression, and that's why we're trying to attach it to the parent. And that's why in here we grab the nodes. I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to rerun it. Until we get to this breakpoint. Let's just skip that. What is this? This can now be closed. Pretty print. Inline comments are shipped to the next line. Remove all comments. Okay, that's not. So node attributes parent. Yep. So here's why we had to do it to the parent. So let's back out of here. We're going to undo all of this because it doesn't matter. We're going to go back to here and undo it because that also doesn't matter anymore. I guess try to figure out how to prevent those bad values from existing. So when we ran it, that's freaked out because it said the start line and everything was wrong. Because on the original node, we don't want to go there. So we're adding it to the parent statement node, attribute start line, parent statement types. There's no existing comments. We have original comments. Oh, original comments is 0. Oh, because we're at, sorry, second, I gotta readjust myself. So item is the use statement, use, class, class method, expression, Field not value equals. Field not exists is what we're looking for. So field not exists, the item, comments. Here we go. So the original comments now are a value, which, okay, so if we look at this logic, I wish it would not be gray. Read it. So it wants the item position as a fallback. The item start position is the original item get start position. So what I feel like that means we need to do is go and say, let's go -1, -1. Start position is statement node, get token position. And let's rerun this. Because that's what the code is doing. If there's no comments, the original comments take the position. Let's hit play. I feel like I tried something like this and it didn't work. That's right, we need to get to class method, the expression, that field value not equals, field not exists. So comment start position should be 40. Okay. Skip remove node. Result. So what's the result? Else result get original tokens. Didn't add anything. So get token code for position 39 and start position is 40 and indent adjustment 0. Step over. If comments is not equal to original comments, if comments, that's okay. That's the part 2. Found more in PHP parser. This pretty printer abstract. The current way comments are added as previously stated. Have them treated as original comments. That means comments is an empty array, so the printer acts as if comments were removed from the node. Okay, so that's the bug. The comments don't exist, so it's treating it like they were gone. So items. So that means I need to get in here and somehow fix this. The good part is at least I know why it's acting like things are removed versus just randomly disappearing. So again, it's init node, which is modifying the previous original item. And we can't add it to the method call. Yeah, so we return a method call. So I'm going to say, so yeah, we're checking method calls. And then the parent is an expression. God, we would have to target everything at expressions and then what the expression contains in order for this. It would be pain in the butt. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's no way to do it because we can't return. If I step over, refactored node is the method call. Doesn't equal node remove. It's not an int. It's not null. It's not an empty array. Post refactor process. Created by rule decorator. So it's going to decorate the node. I'm going to say it's created by the rule. Created by rule, set attributes. Return. You can't add a comment to relative node. That's not in the subtree when it started. Yeah. Yep. I was just hoping there'd be some way to hack it in. Yeah. You have to target all. So, because if we look here, we have to just target expression statements as a whole everywhere. Oh, hey. Yeah, I assumed because I don't think May would randomly know the internal details of this. And if we target all expressions, it's going to make rectors so stupidly slow. Like, yes, there's a lot of method calls, but if we're targeting all expressions as a whole, that's going to be a pain. Since you were able to join on, one of my ideas is that we have to do something of the sort where I'm going to hit stop. We know this is the problem. What I think we have to do is words is we need to say replacement equals, and then the replacement set attribute. What the heck do we call this? Check notices as comments. We need to say rector or drupal-rector add comment. Yeah, we need a post rector is what we need to do, but the problem is with how we've set up this configuration, I don't know how we can ensure it's registered all the time. But essentially, this comment with wrapper, comment with wrapper. Well, I can just say this. Let's just try that out. And did they ever document how to do post rector? Replace function call if. Oh, hey, look it. I need a rector rule which takes a function. You'll need to find the whole expression at first. Here we go. Okay, so this was the answer for looking up for doing for compatibility fixes. They go on expression statements and do all the checks as well. Like this is what they use, like just target expressions. Which Better Node Finder did deprecate find parent type, correct? That was one of the things. sure did. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of these inline comment things. So post-rector, nothing in there. So I don't remember how to register post-rectors. Let's go to search. I want to keep those things deleted just in case. Rector. Do a search. Okay, so for doctrine, they're in here. What is this? Post-rector, property metadata, class dependency, manipulator, add constructor dependency. That's not exactly what I want. Okay, so classified usages, rector source. Let's see. No problem. Everything about rector is a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole to wherever Alice in Wonderland landed up, and then you never escape. Is rector. I'm glutton for punishment, apparently. So rule out filter interface. I don't even know what that's. Let's go back to post rector collector, post rector rector. Okay. So it's like the unused, it's like name importing post rector is what it's like. So post rector interface, it's just, I can worry about how we're actually going to get this thing registered later. And let's just prove it works. So source, new directory, rector, that's where they have this. Yeah, hopefully next Wednesday we have this fixed, but I probably put this up again next Wednesday as well. Thanks for popping in. Let's call this add comment post rector PHP declare strict types namespace. All right, I don't know what the namespaces here are, so that would then be post rector. I need to get this side by side because so final class, add comments, extends, abstract, add post rector. Let's see. I know this is rectors in PHP 8.1 because we develop with it, but really we support a minimum of, I'm not sure. Add method stubs, get rule definition. Wait, what? Enter node. This is really a thing? Oh, it sure is. Goodness gracious. Return new rule definition, new code sample. Why is this getting angry at me? Oh, because there we go. And this, you know what? I keep screwing this up, so let's just paste. Adds comments to root expression if rule added 1. and we'll say to do. Great. Okay, so that's the rule definition. Now we got to do this on enter. Simple parameter provider. Oh, hey, check that out. Which are what's our parameters? Where'd it go? Add comment trait. What do we call it? Oh, that's a rule configuration, which we actually have it here. This is the parameter. Okay, so that's a parameter which we pass into all the rules magically. So this would be the name. Why is this error? Why is this getting? Oh, PHP-CS. Okay, fine. I don't know what PHP-CS standard we use for this, if it's Drupal or PSR 12, but whatever. Okay, so file, current statement, name, node. And return node. And I guess it would be foo equals node get. We'll do if node has attribute stop equals null. So it looks like that's the case here, is you just process it. Now the question is, where is it registered? So let's go ahead and see how this gets registered into Rector itself. Post file processor. Literally fired. Oh. I thought you could add these your own. Let's see, post rector interface. Post rector. Class renaming. And let me guess, that was hard coded. I thought this allowed you to do no, not class renaming. Post rector interface. So yeah, interface post rector interface. Source. PHP send rules. This rules command. Yeah, okay. Oh, that removes it from the rules. Post file processor. Config initializer. So that this. All right. Rule block generator. It's config initializer. So filter active vectors. So it removes post rector things that have been configured. Okay. Post file processor. That's where they're manually registered. That doesn't help. Rule doc generator, abstract post rector. What's this? This doesn't help. That's not. So I think we're a bit stuck in the fact that maybe we can't register post records. I thought that was an API. But what we can try to do is go to our test, go to the configured rule. Services. Set. I think that's post rector. And says it sets it. Let's just see if anything happens with registering that here. We'll re-debug the test and hope for the best. What I should do is check these release notes. Yeah, so we got our comments. I'm gonna remove this break because I don't think it matters anymore. That didn't even run. Hold on. Oh, because I didn't shoot. If I actually ran that, but this never got executed. So find parent, remove parent node, dead code. Let's look at issues, post rector. Well, I guess it doesn't make a difference if this post file processor doesn't allow adding extra post rectors. So class renaming, name importing, use adding, unused, import removing. Yep. I don't see a way of supporting this after all. I thought it was something that could be done. This is its config. So I'm gonna try. I don't want to go quite yet. So set file factory, file processor interface, PHP file processor. That's not what we want. Where was that in? It's file processor. Runner, file factory, find files and path. It's not going to be. So let's look at where. What am I looking for again? Post file processor. where is this registered? Inside the PHP file processor. File, print file, file has changed. Yep, so that's going to be too late because this is when it gets printed. PHP rector interface. That's all the rectors. Node traverser. Type mappers. No. So what we could do is, okay, so we can't post-process anything, and there's no real rector docs as far as I can tell. Okay, there's the docs directory, but let's see. Static reflection and autoload, rules overview, how to troubleshoot, cache, configure rules, create own rule, auto import names. So what will, if we can't create this, I'm gonna delete it. I'm not too worried about being able to recreate that. But what we'll do is this assert legacy base is, why is this adding the comment twice? Oh, this one has to override it because that's right. Some of these have to override. Does it oh, this one in particular overrides it to be more succinct on when you add a comment. Let's just see here. No, this isn't gonna cover it. Auto import names. Wait, actual documentation on the website now? Oh, sweet. Because that wasn't there before. All right. Import names, define paths. That's configuration. Cache and CI. How it works, system rule. Rules overview. No. Okay, never mind. So let's go for post. Let's search again for post rector. And we're going to have to go with a solution. Actually, let's see what's in this other one. Because this is newer. That's not it. So the solution is to just list for all expressions and check what the expression is. Not thrilled, but let's try that. So I'm going to do a protected function do refactor node, and it's going to expect method call, right? Because that's what we're targeting. I'm going to cut this into here, move that. We'll say we're not going to assert that it's a method, but that it's a node statement expression. And we'll target. So we're going to target expressions. And this will be, we'll override do refactor. This isn't the greatest, but if node expression, so if it's not an expression of method call, return null. Otherwise, we return this do refactor. Oh, the new if. This, we'll say replacement equals this do refactor node expression if replacement equal to null, return null, else return new expression replacement. What is this one? Node expression. Or placement instance of sure, we'll do that. Okay, so here's the idea is we will target expressions and we'll do this check as a method call, and then we'll replace the item and we refactor this do refactor, and I'm gonna run the test and see what happens. Okay, we once again are back having an error about the location of the comment. So let's go back. So comment start position is less than 0. Because there's no original comments unless it's still being. That's yeah, that's because it's still adding it to the there. Method call attributes comments 0, original comments stop. Let's call this method call new expression equals turn expression vector add comment let's do comments equal node get comments set attribute. See if this will work. we want to copy over comments from the node, which will basically be them over, or should. It's not the best, but it's at least, if it gets it to work, I can work from there. So let's see. Okay, so comments were empty. But if we look at method attribute, that's right. Node attributes, parent, attributes, comments. Nope. Node attributes. Comments are empty. Oh. Step into adding the comment here. So this didn't even field not value equals. Oh, step over. Here we go. Okay. So comments is empty. So attributes. So the node should have been manipulated by let's restart it. Okay, so we skipped this part. The closest node, statement node. Comments is 0. So the node. Oh, maybe that's why. So wait, method call. The statement node is this expression attributes 12 yada. And so there. It returns in this the method call attributes node. Oh, expression attribute parent attributes comments. It's not passed by reference into this item. That's why. So stop. So do refactor. Yeah, this doesn't work unless we change drupal-rector add comment to put it on there and extract it out. So I'm gonna put some notes on here. My thought was to implement a post vector. Thought was to have set an attribute on the node to add a comment. The attribute value is the comment. Have a post-rector, which post-process files to check each. What I refactor this to? Touch each expression. If a child node had the attribute set and apply comments, we cannot register post rectors. If I do search again, was it post rector? They are hard coded in I also tried changing a rule to listen for expression and verify the expression type, like method call. Then we'd need to refactor Drupal add rector comment is works. It would need to receive the node versus or its callers. All right, this didn't get much of anywhere, but it did get somewhere. So we could say like do refactor node, and we could say I guess I could refactor this node, say parent expression. This do refactor on node. And I bet then that might work. Let's just do an Xdebug, but first I would have to fix this file. Make sure that it added the comment on the parent expression. Just hit play. We'll see what happens. And there we go. Figure that works. Let's just base. So attribute key for the comments because it's not added. And let's revert that deletion. So I'm at least going to commit this and see what comes of it, so that way I can next week. Status diff. I was in the vendor. Status diff get diff av listen for expression needing to add comment push origin parent traverse fix. What? Oh, ha ha ha. Or there's the colon there. All right, where's my branch? Let's do compare against stand fails at base main. Stand fails. Here's an example with checking against the root expression. All right. Thanks for hanging out with this tedious stream and rector. Didn't get nearly as far as I was hoping, but I guess there's some forward progress. Like, there's a way we could do it. I don't know if it's the best way, but we can see from there. So, all right. Well, have a good one. I'll be back next week and probably working on wrapping this up. So I'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging.